Unfortunately, it is Tuesday. And it's the 11th of August, 2020. This should have been done yesterday. But holy shit, I am a clueless and petulant bum. All of this and so much more in episode 28 of Complaints and Observations.
The greatest podcast hosted by someone who knows so precious little about almost everything. A journey into the mediocre mind of an exceptionally average person. This is Complaints and Observations with Dave LaPointe. Who the hell is Dave LaPointe?
I meant what I said. It was supposed to be yesterday that this show was recorded. But because I am an idiot and also incredibly petulant, it did not get done. So last week I had a number of interviews. I shouldn't say that. I made it to the second round of interviews with one company. So that second round consisted of 4 interviews with 4 different people from that company. And then I also had 2 other interviews with 2 other companies. So I had found my headset with microphone, the USB connection that I had used during my very brief sojourn as a remote employee with my previous employer. and decided to use that for the conversations, thinking, okay, this will be better for me to hear because I'm going deaf. And the microphone will be better than just talking through the computer. Perfect. Great. Excuse me. So had some shit to do yesterday. So I didn't get started until late in the day. Probably late morning or so. I would say roughly 11 o'clock was probably when I got started on recording. Did my little show open thing. And usually I will review that just to make sure. But for whatever reason, this time I chose not to do that. So I didn't go back and I didn't listen to it. And then just sort of launched into the rest of the show. Now I had some other shit to do, like after lunch-ish. So I had said, well, this will be a short show, and it turned out to not be that short. Although in hindsight, it turned out to be 0. Fucker. Long story short, I recorded about 24 minutes of audio. Stopped the recording, and then nothing happened. Usually the system will just process the recording. Nothing happened. So, of course, I am livid, as you can imagine. Grand scheme of things, wasn't that great. But I talked about college football and it, everything that's going on with it and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So about 24 minutes worth of content. And I was so fucking pissed off. I mean, I'm like, I was cursing up a storm at the host at Anchor. And my apologies to Anchor for getting so mad because it wasn't their fault. Now, the way that the two stories that I've told thus far tie together is that I never changed the settings on my computer so that the microphone was then, my microphone and not the headset. So for 24 minutes, I recorded nothing, which is why nothing came up when I stopped the recording, because there was nothing there. The funnier part is that I went back after the initial 24 minutes and recorded an additional 10 minutes where I just fucking yelled and screamed and cursed. And then stopped that recording and nothing recorded then either. And that's when I noticed that the microphone was wrong. So over a half hour of talking to nobody, nothing recorded. And at that point I said, you know what? Fuck it. I don't even want to do it. I don't even want to do it. I had the time, but I chose to be petulant and didn't do it. It's kind of funny. I mean, in hindsight, it was funny. It was annoying as fuck. It was still kind of funny. So now I'm just kind of torn as to how I want to handle today's show. I mean, do I just treat it like a Monday show and rehash all the crap that I talked about yesterday? I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to do that. The good thing is that I wrote down all of my college football thoughts, which at this point are even now, less than 24 hours later, a little bit outdated, but still fairly accurate. So what I think I might do is I might make that a blog post, since I am horrifically lazy when it comes to writing, which I'm good at. I actually think I'm a decent writer, so I think I should do that more. However, the problem is I'm lazy. Yeah. I did play golf yesterday, play golf last night. And I played golf on Friday too. Friday I was okay. But yesterday, what the fuck? I mean, it is such a horrifically mental game. It is all mental. The physical aspects of golf are minimal. It is all what happens between your ears, entirely. And so the minute you start fucking with that, oh shit, I should be doing this. Oh shit, should be doing that. It's going to fuck everything up. A friend of mine told me that my front foot was tapping around like Mike Greenwell. Not too many people will get that reference, but I got it, and it has been floating in my head ever since. And the worst part is I watched this show before the final round of the PGA on Sunday with Nick Faldo, and he's talking to Brooks Koepka, and Koepka's talking about his drive and the way that he swings the club. And it was like a pushback, pull down, swing. And he's like, oh, it's easy. Anybody could do that. And of course, my fucking dumb brain processes that as, oh, fuck yeah. I'm going to start hitting bombs off the tee. Yeah. No. What are you doing? So here I am yesterday, push back, pull down, keep your fucking foot from tapping. And I'm topping the ball all over the place. It was so fucking brutal. I hit maybe 3 good shots in 9 holes. And I'm playing this afternoon, playing 18 this afternoon. So, I mean, that's a lot of golf, for me. And I have improved slightly this season. But the problem is I haven't played like a full 18 holes on an actual course in a while. Been playing a lot of 9 holes. A lot of par threes. So today is a test. To see, because look, the goal coming into the summer was to shoot 99. That was the goal. And if I get to 99, then the goal would be to get to 90, and that should take 10 years. I want to say I was probably about I couldn't have been I would say 17 or 18 probably before I ever actually swung a golf club. I may have before that, but my dad liked the game. It's not that I disliked the game. It wasn't it at all. I liked the game. It's just I never played it. My father started playing, and he got me to go out there once, and I hated it. Why? Because I was terrible at it, but because I'm, again, petulant and impatient, and I couldn't do it right off the bat. It's like, oh, fuck, I'm not doing this. And, it's one of my biggest regrets in life is that I didn't take it seriously to spend more time with my father when he was around. Because he, towards the end of his life, he was playing quite a bit. And it's a regret of mine that I didn't take it serious until he passed away, which is, it's shitty. That's what that is. So that is a massive, massive regret. So don't have regrets like that. Life is weird where regrets are okay. You should have regrets. Because if you don't, then you're obviously doing something wrong, or you think you're doing everything right, which is impossible. You should have regrets. You should look at yourself and say, gee, I should have done this instead. Half of life is luck. So you should have regrets. It's fine. It's okay. What you shouldn't have is a regret like I have, which is that I didn't spend enough time with my father on the golf course. So that's a regret. If your dad's still around and he likes golf, go play golf with him. If he doesn't, find something else. We're not here forever. It's weird because I was telling my wife, what is that song? Yeah, Baz Luhrmann, Everybody's Free, the sunscreen song. I heard that the other day for the first time in God knows how long. It's a 25-year-old song. And it's just, somebody, doing a commencement speech, if you will. And it's from 1999. I thought it was older than that. From 1999. But the beginning is, ladies and gentlemen of the class of 1997. If you haven't heard the song, it's just weird how it's still incredibly apt. Here it is now 22 years later. 22? Yeah, 22 years. And it was probably written, I would imagine, in 1997. But everything in that song makes sense. Yeah, it's weird. Go figure. Who would have thought Baz Luhrmann would come up? Baz Luhrmann was just a DJ. Just played the beat. Somebody else wrote the lyrics, did the narration. Yeah. That was a profound 4 minutes, huh? Slower pace this morning. It's early. It's I got started around 8 o'clock this morning here on the Tuesday. Because again, I have something to do. So this is going to be broken up into multiple parts, I think, before it actually gets posted. Hopefully it'll get posted today. But I wanted to talk about the PGA Championship from this weekend. Great tournament. I got fucking screwed by Webb Simpson. thought for sure he would have played better. He didn't. I did have Cameron Champ to finish in the top 20, so that saved me a little bit from having to fucking lose a lot of money to the state of New Hampshire. Wink, nudge, wink, nudge. So, but the tournament itself was great. Morikawa's tee shot on 16 was epic, and it's the kind of thing you're going to see forever and a day. You just don't see perfect tee shots, the third to last hole of a major tournament like that. In that kind of spot. And the thing that gets overlooked now is the chip in he had. I want to say it was either 12 or 14. I can't recall. But he had a fucking beautiful chip in that was just phenomenal. But the thing of it is, this kid ain't rattled. You don't like to put this sort of undue pressure on these kids that win a major when they're young. He's only 23 years old. And so you got to I could see him winning multiple majors. Well, slow it down. You don't know what's going to happen. Golf, again, tricky sport. It's all mental. He seems like he's got his fucking head on straight. Right up until they handed him that trophy. And for I want to say the third time this year, a lid came off a trophy. It's like, what the fuck is there a lid on this trophy for? You're not putting fruit in the fucking cup. You don't need a lid. I don't know why fruit would make a difference with a lid, but you're not putting anything in there. You don't need to cover it. It's not rice. It's just cut the shit. Take the fucking lid off these trophies. They're not needed. Either that or just fucking weld them on. A lid. Fucking stupid. It should just be one solid piece. The Stanley Cup has it right. It's the only one that's got it right because it's the best trophy of the bunch. The Super Bowl trophy, one solid piece. The World Series trophy, solid pieces, but it's the thin fucking gold flags. That thing sucks. It really is such a shit trophy. Like, nobody knows what that is. Nobody. It's stupid. The NBA trophy's fine. But yeah, all like trophies with multiple pieces. No, like, stop. It's a dumb practice. Fix that. Man, oh man. Anywho. Hockey playoffs start this week. That should be good. Go Bees. Hopefully they play well. Didn't win a game in the round robin, but who cares? Nobody gives a fuck. Fake games. No, it's stupid. I don't care. Nobody should care. Like, just give it time. Let's wait this out. See what happens. Celtics are playing well. It's good. The JPJ lock of the week, 0-1. I mean, we all saw that coming. Let's be honest. Jackie Paidley Jr. with a UFC parlay. What the fuck you doing, Jack? Huh? Come on. Give us one game, one fight, one match, whatever. It was one. If you want to go a total, we'll take the total. But I mean, a 3-fighter parlay on a random UFC fight night. 0-1. The JPJ lock of the week. Hopefully we'll actually get an audio version on Thursday. if he can get his shit together. We'll see. What else? What else I want to talk? What else is going on in the world? Anything? No? Yeah. What did I have for notes? No, it's just the usual nonsense. There's still still a pandemic going on. The president's still a fucking dummy. What else? Yeah, the postal service is collapsing. No thanks to the previous comment. Just the usual shit. What can you do? I don't know. This is a boring part of the program, huh? What's going on with you? What's new with you? Anything? No? Should have known. Anyways, it is Tuesday, but I am going to do 3 gripes. So, right after this nauseating commercial, it is 3 gripes. Buying a home can certainly be difficult, and there are always so many hoops that you have to jump through. Too many showings and open houses, pesky, ill-informed, and unprepared realtors, and the constantly fluctuating marketplace. When you finally find that dream home, wouldn't you want an experienced home inspector to provide that level of peace of mind that you deserve? Of course, and that's why you need Boyd Home Inspections. Boyd Home Inspections is a second-generation home inspection company that will make certain that dream home isn't hiding a nightmare, while providing clear and concise feedback. Boyd Home Inspections is owned and operated by Jonathan Boyd. He's a good man and thorough. So the next time you want a quality job from an honest inspector, call Boyd Home Inspections covering Eastern Mass and the Cape Cod at 508-942-7898. Boyd Home Inspections. I just made a fake commercial for the home inspection company, which is an old family friend, and I'm laughing at it. It's funny. It's not funny. I'm trying to do like serious commercial reads, because the way I see it is I'm unemployed, and people keep telling me I have such a great radio voice. I don't really think that's accurate, since I stumble and stammer constantly when I'm doing this fucking thing, but may as well create some sort of commercial reel, Why not? See what happens. Anyway. So I'm back. It's about noon. Noontime. I had to step out. I went to the doctor to figure out what the fuck is going on with my body, other than being disgustingly obese, which is true. And it's a lot of, hey, do you have the COVID? No. Have you been around people that have it? No. What the fuck kind of question is that? So basically, it's taking some blood and figuring out what's what. No big deal. So go back to him in a couple weeks and see what the deal is, which is probably nothing. And then, it'll be like, all right, well, you're fat. Fix it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, great. But anyways, I was going to go right into 3 gripes, but something happened on the way home from the doctor that I wanted to discuss. Now, a lot of work on the road that I have to take to get to the doctor's office, okay? So I'm at a stoplight, and there's another stoplight coming up. So you can see that there's construction at the next stoplight, and they're moving all the traffic to the right lane. So what do? I get into the right lane. And so as traffic goes from that stoplight that I'm at, everybody's sort of moving to the right lane, which is what should happen. However, There's a line of people that decide to stay in the left lane, and then when they get to the front, try to move into the right lane, which is a fucking dick move. Now, we all know that's a dick move. If you drive a car and you do that shit, you should have your license fucking revoked. Fuck you. Don't be a dick. It's another in a long line of fucking things. Don't be a dick. That would make an awesome podcast where you just do, the name of the podcast is Don't Be a Dick. And it's literally just like 3 minutes of things that dicks do. Like, you know, actual dicks, literal dicks, people dicks. Whatever. So there's a woman behind me. I would say roughly my age, early to mid 40s. And she is not pleased with these people in the left lane. Visibly not pleased. And decides to start fucking leaning on her horn every time somebody tries to move over. Now, I care, but I don't care that much. Traffic is moving. We're not like at a dead stop because of this, so it's fine. I don't really have that much of an issue with it. Well, we end up getting to another light. It's a lot of fucking lights on this road. Nobody likes this fucking street. The whole fucking street sucks. Fuck it. Get to the next light, and I'm in the right lane. She pulls up to the left, and she rolls down her window, and she's like, "Oh my God, I fucking hate people. People just suck. Why do they do?" And she's visibly angry. But I think she just needed to vent, because by the end of it, she laughed and ha-ha'd, and she's like, "Have a nice day, or enjoy the rest of your day. Bye." You know, like that. Yeah, it was an odd interaction. And then, because I'm a guy, I thought to myself, if I were single and not happily married, would that be a move where, if that were to happen to me, would I then say, "Hey, you know, do you want to go out sometime and talk about this in more depth?" I mean, what a weird place to pick somebody up. But my assumption is that, one, it's happened before, probably. Two, it probably happens to women constantly, not wanted. But I wasn't the one that said anything. I didn't initiate the conversation, so I wonder if had I said something, you know, could we have then taken it to the next level, which would have been a conversation outside of our cars. But it just got me thinking, like, the weird sort of interactions that you have with people on a daily basis. You know? Like, that's a fucking strange one. Very odd. And you know, again, would that be something that someone would do? Where, you know, you see somebody, and again, like, it's not like she was attractive, so it's not like the thought crossed my mind, but it crossed my mind afterward when I was like, I wonder if that's something somebody would do. Peculiar. Just thinking about all the various interactions that you have with people, with random people at any given time. Weird. So anyway, what's going on here? My phone is fucking blowing up with people doing shit. Well, I'm playing golf this afternoon, and I'm now in a golf foursome group text. So we've talked about group texts on the show. Fucking hate them. Funny GIF just came up. So, and it is pronounced GIF, according to the inventor of the GIF, like the peanut butter GIF. That's how it's pronounced. Anyway, 3 gripes. So, 3 gripes. Gripe number 1, doctors. Now, I'm not a doctor, nor do I pretend to be, nor do I play one on television. I just wonder the time management skills of these people. I mean, you're booking appointments. If you're a busy office, you're typically booking appointments in 15 to 20-minute intervals throughout the course of the day. Do you think that you can honestly accomplish what this person has come into the office for in that 15 to 20-minute window? Think about it. When you go to the doctor, let's say, for example, you frequent a physician who operates on the 20-minute window, right? You go in, the nurse sits you down, takes your temperature, your oxygen levels, your blood pressure, chides you for being fat, and then you wait. All right, doctor comes in. Now, I have given them the benefit of the doubt, and I have not started the clock until the doctor comes into the room, right? Doctor comes in the room, and there's initial small talk. Hey, how have you been? I've been fine. How have you been? Pretty good. Thanks for asking. Now, what seems to be the problem? And then you launch into why you're sitting in this guy's fucking office or girl's fucking office, whoever, whatever. That's already 3 minutes of that 15 to 20-minute window. Now, some doctors are gonna recheck your blood pressure or recheck your temperature, spend some time reviewing your chart, talking about what happened the last time you were in the room, those kinds of things, right? You've already gone halfway through your allotted time. And look, it's allotted because they want you in and out of there as quickly as possible because the more people they can bring in, the more money they can make, which is fine. It sucks for regular people, but it is what it is. What can you do? So, do doctors, when they're going through medical school, is there a time management course for these fucking people to take? Nobody fucking likes small talk. Nobody likes small talk in a doctor's office. Why? Because nobody wants to be there. Unless you're one of these crazy people who think they're sick all the time, or you're just a raging hypochondriac, you don't want to be in that room. So, the whole idea would be to get in, get your shit done, and get the fuck out. That's it. So, are you being greedy as a doctor by having those short windows? Or are you there to actually do a service, which is to care for people? And you can always tell the ones that are greedy because they're usually too quick. Now, my doctor, when I'm not in the office with this guy, I fucking hate his guts. I fucking hate his guts. However, like the minute I see the guy, he's the nicest fucking guy. And you know what it is? He's incredibly thorough. And I love that. Because that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be thorough. Now, do I think he's as efficient as he could be? No. I had to go see him today. We spent way too much time on small talk in the beginning. And part of it's my own fault. And I did this yesterday. We had somebody come to the house to fix a couple things, and we got into the small talk at the end of his service, and he just didn't stop talking. And it's my own fault because I started asking questions. So at the doctor today, I'm asking him questions based on our conversation, and I knew it. The minute I did it, I knew, fucking David, shut the fuck up. Like, you really don't want to know what he's been doing all summer. Why do you care? You don't care what he does. He's supposed to care what you do. That's it. It's a very, very one-sided relationship. I'm not really supposed to give two shits about what this guy does all day. I'm not supposed to care what he does outside of the office. I care enough because I don't want him to be, a slovenly, disgusting drunk person or a drug addict. That's about where my level of care stops. I wish him well, but He is supposed to care more about me than I'm supposed to care more about him. Am I wrong? I don't think so. I think that's part of the deal. That I'm supposed to only care enough to hand you the $25 when I get there every time, and to make sure that I have actual functioning health insurance, because God forbid. So I don't get it. The whole sort of administrative side of medicine is a fucking shit show. And it starts with these guys. But again, at the same time, I want them to be thorough. It's a weird catch-22. But it's annoying. I actually went to the doctor yesterday. My appointment was 2:45, right? 3:30 rolls around, and I still hadn't fucking seen the guy. There was literally one other person in there. And I was like, I can't fucking sit here anymore. I had a tea time. I had to go. So I rescheduled for today, and 9:45. Nurse came, got me, and we went, and he was quick today. I was appreciative. But it's just odd. The way that whole thing works with time management with these guys, I don't understand. So doctors, gripe number 1. Gripe number 2. Sort of falls in line with time management. Waiting too long in line, in this case for beer. I think we could make this a regular segment, waiting too long in line for blank. But now, waiting too long in line for beer. Now, the reason this came up, previous free ad receiver, Vitamin C Brewing, Weymouth, Massachusetts. It is fucking dynamite. I have fallen out of love with craft beer over the course of the last couple of years. Why? There's just too much. There's too much. It's too repetitive. Vitamin C, though, for whatever reason, seems to be different. They make different beers. All their beer is good. But anyways, they had a big release this weekend, a collaboration with Trillium, which I do not like. When they first came out, it was new, different, and they just basically made the same beer over and over again with fucking 4 pounds of Trub in every can. Trub, for the uninitiated, is the crap at the bottom of a craft beer can. But anyways, so, I heard about this, and the group chat was, hey, who's going? Like, yeah, I'll probably go. I'll go there, like 1 o'clock. And I was admonished for thinking such a thing, that you could go at 1 o'clock on release day and actually walk out of there with beer. 2 friends of mine who, you know who you are. You're going to remain nameless because I don't want to shame you, even though I've probably shamed you already. One got there at fucking like the crack of dawn. Basically was there at 7:30, 7:45. Now, Vitamin C doesn't open till noon. So he's there literally 4 hours beforehand to wait for beer. For beer. I mean, they're not giving away bags of $20 bills. They're selling you beer. You have to give them a bag of $20 bills in order to receive the beer. Another friend was there at about probably before 10 o'clock. I stuck to my guns. I'm like, I'm going to go at 1. Both of them. One more than the other. The one that was there earlier really didn't chide me as much, but the other, I got the multiple LOLs text when I told him 1 o'clock, as if something I said was really fucking funny. Well, I ended up going at like 2:30 and got the beer in about 90 seconds. I did that more out of spite than really wanting the beer. But anyway, so waiting too long in line for beer. Here's the thing, right? You're gonna get the beer, you're gonna taste it, and you're gonna say either it's good or, oh my God, it's amazing. Now, you're obviously hoping for the latter. You want this to be an experience that is worth your time. The odds of that happening are slim. We are blessed in this area to have a lot of really good craft breweries around. The best of the bunch is Treehouse, way out in the middle of fucking nowhere in Charlton, Massachusetts. It's the kind of place that for us and for me, I'm going to drive an hour and a half and I know that I'm going to wait. So you make a day of it, whereas Vitamin C is 15 minutes down the fucking road. A little bit different. However, I would not go to Treehouse and wait for 4 hours. No fucking way. I went to Treehouse a few years ago and waited for 45 minutes, and I thought that was too long. However, the line moved quickly. It was, it was fine. It was efficient. It was great. But 4 hours? I mean, what the fuck? It just doesn't make any sense to me. 4 hours for the payoff there is minimal. And look, I could get the argument of I'm a collector, I'm a connoisseur of ale or what have you. I don't know, but it's lost on me, and it's part of the reason. It's one of the reasons why my sort of desire for different kinds of craft beers has kind of waned. It just doesn't seem worth it to me. Plus, they're fucking expensive. They're not cheap. They're not fucking cheap. $18 for a 4-pack? It's not cheap. I mean, look, if you go to a bar, you're going to pay that much for 4 Bud Lights. I get it. But I had a conversation with one of them's wife after the fact. We talked about it, and she mentioned how he likes to talk about the beer and all the different machinations of the beer or what's coming out and this, that, and the other. Her reply was, quote, "And I don't care," end quote. Incredibly apt. Loved it. Gripe number 3, social media accounts for toddlers. This is more of a celebrity thing, I would imagine. However, there have been a handful of instances that I have encountered where people have created social media accounts for their children. This can kind of go in the same box as creating a social media account for your dog or your cat. I'm more partial to the dog and cat because, look, they're pets. And people like that shit. I like that shit. But even that's a little much. Like, why can't you just post pictures of your dog or cat on your own social media account? You could. Same with your kids, right? However, you're giving them an internet presence at far too young of an age. Now, granted, this could be the, hey, get off my fucking lawn, old guy take. But in my head, you should teach them to shit in the toilet before you expose them on the internet. That's what I'm thinking. I, again, could be way off here. That's my thinking. Because I don't see the need to separate your children on the internet and yourself. Like, why do you need two? Are you going to do, like, fucking pass it along when they turn 12 or something? Let me bequeath you this Instagram account. No, I'm not going to do that. It's fucking stupid. Like, stop. Just, like, let your kids fucking grow up. Let your kids be kids. Again, with celebrities, there's an angle. Okay? The angle is you're If you already have a strong enough social media presence on your own, if you create one for your kids, now you have 2 or 3 or however many kids you fucking have. Like, close your legs. Like, pull out once in a while. So now you're double dipping, essentially, which very shrewd, very capitalistic of you. I don't hate the game there at all. Hate the player, don't hate the game. I get it. So now you're making, now you're making twice as much money off of social media than you would because you've now created social media accounts for your children who can't wipe their own ass yet. So if your plan is to exploit your children for monetary gain at a young age via the internet, I kind of feel sorry for you, and I feel sorry for your children to boot. Because don't do that. It's kind of dickish. It could be on the list of "Don't Be a Dick" episode 1 of "Don't Be a Dick" podcast. All right, that is 3 gripes for the week. I thought they were good. The second half of this show, much better than the first half of the show. I think I was tired this morning. A little caffeine in me. A lot of energy here second half. Maybe it's the loss of blood. I had some blood work done. So maybe I'm a little loopy from that. Who knows? That could be it. But anyways, decent show. Not fucking terrible. Now, this is the part of the show where I tell you to tell your friends, right? I think you should. 1, if you're listening to the show, we're probably an acquaintance of some kind. So my ask is minimal. Tell your friends, hey, I know this guy. He's got a mediocre podcast that you might enjoy. Check it out. Boom. Done. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Thank you. I have sent out some stickers. If you want some stickers, please tell me. I will mail them to you at my expense. I have a whole sheet of stamps ready to go for stickers because I need to get rid of these small ones before I can get bigger ones because your host is a moron, as I said yesterday on social media. The social media is at Complaints Pod on Twitter, Complaints and Observations Pod on Instagram. I do have a website, complaintsandobservations.com. I have some blog posts there. Check them out. They're pretty bad, but look, check them out. Maybe you have a different opinion. Maybe I'm just being very overly self-deprecating. What else? I have a Facebook page, but fuck Facebook. I have a YouTube page that I've put 2 things on. And I think that's it. If you have my number, give me a call. Shoot me a text. Do that stuff. But that's all. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to me ramble. It's very much appreciated. It has really kept me going for the last few months, having this little bit of an outlet, something to do. So thank you. If you want to be on the show, let me know. For fuck's sake, please let me know. Let's talk. Let's make something happen. I got a lot of energy. Jesus, where did this come from? But anyways, that's it. Listen, thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Godspeed. Ta-ta.